Welcome drone video fans, and this is the 17th video in my series on the covered bridges of Ashtabula County, which is in Ohio. This one covers the Creek Road covered bridge, and before we actually get into looking at the bridge itself, I wanted to show you a snapshot taken of this bridge prior to reconstruction and renovation. This bridge was originally built in 1880, and a lot of renovation and reconstruction work went on at first in 1963, and the majority of the reconstruction done in 1994. Some of the information about the bridge: this bridge is of town truss design. Its span across Conneaut Creek is 125 feet, but the actual bridge is 134 feet long. The width on the inside of the bridge is 15 feet, and as you can see, it has an 11-foot 4-inch clearance to the top. We're going to fly across the top here, and you'll be able to see as we pass over the roof, you'll see the Conneaut Creek. Now again, remember, this bridge runs basically east-west. We're headed in the western direction, a few degrees off west, but close enough. So this is the western direction. See a car coming out here and going up Creek Road. It's unpaved for about a quarter mile, then hits a section where it's completely paved, so it's easy enough to get to. Again, there's the power wires along the side. There always seem to be power wires. Now we're facing back in the eastern direction, and because we took off and we showed the eastern face of the bridge. The Conneaut Creek is kind of strange here in that when you look here in this direction, which is actually south, the bridge for a while runs parallel to the water runs parallel to the bridge and is running east, and then it turns south. This is the northern direction, where the water runs basically north. You can see the cliffs, which are made out of shale, as is the floor of the Conneaut Creek itself. So we're turning back here and going to finish our run over the bridge and then get ready to drop down and make a pass through it. And this bridge has some interesting features to it that are somewhat different than the other bridges that I've shot. Notably that the floorboards are not laminated right next to one another to where you can't see through them. There's actual small amount of space between the floorboards here, and as we fly over the floorboards, you'll be able to see cracks, and as I was walking through this bridge and looking down through those cracks, you could see the river flowing underneath you, which 25 feet below is kind of an exhilarating experience. The bridge is as I said, is of town truss design. You can see the trusses in a lattice work type configuration. Rather than having a full-length slots on either side for allowing light to come in, this bridge has a series of framed-in windows that have slanted boards put across them to help keep the rain out, but that's chiefly where the light comes in. Here's an example of one of those little windows with the slanted boards running across. They're slanted downward, obviously, and they do allow in some fresh air and some light. You can also see that the sideboards have little gaps in between them, so nothing is exactly airtight. And again, if you look at the floorboards here, you'll see little cracks there, and you can't see very well here, but when you're walking over it, you can definitely look down and see the river below you. Now we're coming out of the western end of the bridge, and when we got to this point here, we turned it around and wanted to get a shot of the western face of the bridge itself, and we're gonna kind of move to the side here so I can try and get a view of which would be the north side of the bridge, and see those windows that are along the side of the bridge. This doesn't really give you a full good idea, so what I did is I flew out over the water a considerable distance and then shot the north side of the bridge, as you can see here, and I can see the full width of the bridge with the concrete and block ends and the concrete form center in the middle. This is another view of it. The center support has got some bracing which reaches up to the underneath side. You can see the floor joists that go across the bridge are on 3-foot centers. They're very stout in size. I couldn't get a measurement on them, but being only 3 foot apart, they offer a considerable amount of support. You can see that on either end, the concrete and block areas of the supports. Some of the concrete areas look like they could probably use some pointing, which is a term used in concrete work for patching up little cracks and whatnot. But I don't look for that to happen anytime real soon, since budget for repair on these bridges is very low. Here where we drop down a little bit lower, again you can see the 3-foot spacing on those underneath timbers, and the river itself. We're going to kind of back our way out of here the same way that we came down, and be able to get another view of it from another direction. So we're backing up, and again you can see the power lines right above me, and now again we're looking at the western face of the bridge itself. As we backed up, we kind of wanted to back up, and I noticed the exposure value was a little bit low, so I'm bringing the exposure value up to lighten things up a little bit so that you can possibly read the bridge. And then along comes some traffic. These people were from New York, and they had stopped to shoot the bridge, and they saw me flying the Phantom, and they stopped and took some pictures of me flying the Phantom. So waved to me goodbye, I waved to them, and everything was good. So now we're going to drop back down again here and take another pass to the bridge. I want you to look for the mud wasp nests that are dotted all along the upper line of the roof. You can see the lattice work here. You can see the roof timbers. You can see these little white fixtures that are on the top. Those are for LED lighting that provide a very small amount of lighting in the bridge during nighttime hours. They're on automated circuits so that they turn on and off at dusk and at dawn. Not a whole lot of lighting, but enough to help you to make your way through. And now we'll be coming out of the bridge on the what is the eastern side of the bridge. Again, it's not exactly due east, but close enough. If you look at this bridge on Google Maps, you'll see what I mean. We flew over 1,000 feet down the river in the southern direction, and we're coming back up this way to get a view of the south face of the bridge. And as you can see, the bridge sort of runs parallel with the river at this point, but then it turns back and goes to the south. We're looking at the central support concrete area, and you can see that at times that the water has been as high as 7 feet higher than what it is right now. You see a little bit of damage there on the right hand side on the concrete. That was what I was pointing, and with 25-foot clearance from the water to the bridge, I decided it was safe enough to pass underneath it. Did drop to about 8 GPS satellites, but stayed in GPS mode while I flew through the through the bridge. Not too many of the bridges where I feel real comfortable about doing that, but this one was had enough clearance. Again, going through here, and we're passing underneath the bridge. You can see a little bit of the deterioration of the concrete on the side, and you know, the floor of the Conneaut Creek with shale on the shores and on the sides. Again, this is another pass from the same direction, coming up from the south, and getting a look at the southern face and the central support, and give you a little closer look at the central support. Again, seeing the timbers underneath the bridge on 3-foot spacings, and those timbers are fairly large in size. I couldn't get a dimension on them. And here you see the little windows. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them that allow you know, proper, you know, some ventilation in, and some light. And you know, we're swinging over here to the that would be to the east. I was because this doesn't run exactly east and west. Sometimes it's a little bit confusing, but now we flew back over to the to what would be facing the north face of the bridge. You can see that the boards on this side of the bridge appear to be in a little bit better shape. So we're backing out of that Conneaut Creek area, and I wanted to get a view of the bridge information there that says that it can support 16 tons. And when I was flying around, I noticed this big parking lot had a sign there, so I wanted to fly up on it, and apparently this area is designated for fishing, hunting, and trapping. So this large parking lot area that you see is for people who are doing those kind of pursuits. And matter of fact, there is a path that leads from this parking lot down to the Conneaut Creek itself. So I did see a few people stop here while I was doing the shoot and take that pathway down to the creek itself. Here we're turning and going and looking at where I had stopped to park the car. Again, this is the Creek Road Bridge. It's an interesting one because it's got a lot of things that are different. Look forward to a follow-up video to this one that shows primarily the Conneaut Creek running in both directions. I hope you enjoyed this video. Stop back again and see the follow-up, and thanks for watching.